Okay, so Monday, 19th of January 2026. So, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Luxurious ignorance. So, recently in the UK, there was Storm Goretti, a bit of a snowstorm that hit the place and had a lot of snow here and there. Very nice. And it's unusual. It's not normally this early in January, and last time there was a storm like this was February 2018. Eat the Beast from the East. Now, I was thinking a lot about how to engineer things with regards to having so much suspension, so much dampener, so many dampeners that the storm, you engineer your life so well, the storm just meh, makes no difference. There's that luxury of being ignorant. Ignorant so far as, oh, I don't care if the roads are covered with snow, I don't care if it's cold outside. Everything I need is here. My life is organized and engineered in a way where I have minimal contact with the world. I don't need to go outside. Everything comes to me. I do everything online. I can afford the luxury of not keeping abreast with the news, for example. The storm, the temperature, the events, traffic jams, whatever. Just how, in the same way, when you follow that logic, you could say, if there is a traffic jam in Paris, if there is, there's a fire in downtown, uh, Tokyo, it doesn't matter because I've engineered my life where I've de-risked myself from anything that happens in Paris or Tokyo to such an extent it makes no difference to me. It's just noise. It's just a headline or a trending hashtag or so on social media. And that's that level of ignorance that we want. But we could say it's luxurious ignorance. So with the UK storm again, imagine the work is all online, so I have no practical reason to go outside to commute, for example. But then also, if the food comes to me, I don't have to go anywhere, the food is delivered to me. If I have my own source of water and electricity, I have less exposure, let's say, to any infrastructure that could be affected here with regards to electrical pylons, things like that. So I'm de risking myself in different ways from all these things. I'm creating a buffer, whereas for the storm to affect me, all these series of things have to happen for it to affect me in a meaningful way. So then you can go deeper to say, right, well, and I did a video about this a few weeks ago with regards to statistical models. So you could then say, right, in January and February, maybe March, you're likely to have storms. So it's, let's say, snowstorm or snow in general. So there'll be disruption, cold weather, snow related disruption. So then you say, right, well, in October, July, August, September, when there's no chance of snow, for example, you might buy then, say, 6 months of, well, 6 weeks of de-icer. You do a calculation, one can of de-icer a week, a day, for example, just in case. So that way, when there is snow, it doesn't affect you in terms of the car maintenance, but at the same time, you're buying it when they're not in demand. Very nice, you're thinking ahead. But you can go deeper to say, right, whatever there's non-perishable stuff, food, non-perishable things, shampoo, let's say, you do the calculation. How many of them do you need per year? Oh, I use one bottle of shampoo a month, let's say. Okay. So then you buy, say, 14. So you take one a month, so 12, and 10% extra margin of error. So an extra two bottles, round it up, worst case scenario. So you got 14. And you buy these things, these non perishables, in, say, October. Meaning you bang all these things ahead of time, assuming you're preventing and curbing against or minimizing the effect of having your deliveries affected by the snow in terms of the supermarkets do online delivery. Oh, but the day you're supposed to have a delivery, there's a storm, for example, or the day after the snow is affecting you, but you're preventing it by having all these things way in advance. In the same way, you might say, I'll have my gas inspection with regards to the radiators and central heating in July when I don't need the central heating. Because if there is a problem, it's the middle of winter, middle of summer, 20, 25 degrees outside, and a radiator is for the winter. And if there is a problem, oh, you've got 5, 6 months to sort it. You're not going to need that. Let's say a week or 2 or 3, depending on things. But then you have the luxury of time as well on your side. 20, 30 degrees outside, yeah, take your time with the radiator, don't worry about it. Because you don't want these things happening. I'm sure I did a video about this called the chaos point. Everything comes together. All the mismanagement and bad decisions all coalesce together and they affect you. You don't want these things, by coincidence, of course, hitting all in the same time, where you got the delivery for your food and say the annual gas inspection for the radiator on the very same week where the snow hits. Now, this is a black swan event. This is a Six Sigma situation, but these things are possible, and we want to minimize these as much as possible. So your life is just, you have that luxurious ignorance. Just how in the same way, no matter what happens in Paris, oh, there's a traffic jam, oh, there's a fire, oh, there's a strike, doesn't affect me in the same way, because you're engineered in a sense of distance, and there's no exposure to the French economy or French language or whatever else. It doesn't affect me. Oh, there's an issue in Tokyo, doesn't affect me. I have no exposure, no risk, no this, no that, doesn't affect me. Oh, there's a strike in London with the buses, or maybe bins, doesn't affect me. I have that luxury of not caring what's happening in London, doesn't affect me, because I'm not worried about those bins being collected. I'm worried about these with the local council. Same idea. So mainly, you could then organise things that you have it way before you need it. Meaning, and this is a deeper principle as well, when times are good, that is when you need to be preparing for the disasters. It's that idiom, make hay while the sun shines, in a sense of when it's middle of summer, 30 degrees, that is the time to buy de-icer for the car. Especially because it's a market conditions. No one cares. There's plenty of them. People are selling them at discount because no one needs them in July. It's 30 degrees. There's no snow. There's no cold. There's no frost in July. Exactly. That's why they're cheap. But then the snow hits, the price of them skyrocket, and there's very few available. But you bought them ages ago, so you're ready to go. You're thinking way ahead. Nice. And because you bought the food or non-perishables for a whole year's worth of supply, it essentially boils down to attrition. So you got a snowstorm, you can't really go anywhere because the snow, okay, so there's a disaster, but you've got 12 months of supply of rice, condensed milk, shampoo, you've got your own source of water. You could even argue the snow, so if you've got a good filter, you just put the snow in the water filter, and you've got that, an abundant supply of water. You've got your own electricity, and then you could say, right, well, you need a portable diesel engine, and you've got 6 months supply of diesel, for example, but you bought the diesel back in October, okay, October, November, December, so January, February, March, April, so have you got enough to survive until February, March, April, a month or two? Yes, it's attrition. Because then you can go deeper to say, well, if there is a problem, strike, electricity issue, snow, how long is it reasonably going to last based on historical data? Well, looking at the forecast, what's the average temperature in England in January? Oh, it's 10 degrees. Well, snow can't last in the 10 degrees, so it's probably going to last a few days. 7 days at most. You've won. Because your attrition, your buffer, your margin of error is this. But you're only going to need that much of time in a sense of when disaster strikes. Wow. And then next deliveries of de-icer or petrol or whatever will be in February, March, for example, or April or June, things like that. Done. You've engineered such a life that you have luxurious ignorance. Oh, there's a snowstorm. I didn't know. All my work's online. I don't leave the house. Everything comes to me. Oh, so there is. Let me check on it. So there is. Let me verify. Oh, there's a strike. Oh, I didn't know. I just didn't know because everything's sorted. Everything's delegated. Or I have alternatives and options. Oh, I didn't know. No, there's a fire going off the other side of the city. Oh, I didn't know. It doesn't affect me. I'm de-risked. No exposure. I didn't know. Luxurious ignorance through engineering. Planning ahead. Very powerful. Very, very useful. And that's something important to have in life. Yeah. But otherwise, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Subscribe for more, and you will see me tomorrow.